I think he would like his
Christmas
grandma
story.
to read the little brown dog.
Do you want Mom to do it?
Pepper,
Okay, Pepper, I'm
Pepper,
gonna stop.
over here. Thank you. Good girl. That's a good girl. Shh. There we
He was
go.
a little dog, a nice little dog, a nice little brown dog, and he had no name. But he had the funniest, chummiest, runniest way of hopping about on 3 feet that you ever saw. And people would stop and look after him, and he'd run and he'd run and he'd run and then he'd run. But tonight he was standing still. Yes, standing still, mind you, the little dog, the nice little dog, the nice little brown dog would always run and run because he had made a discovery. It was Christmas, and there was a Santa Claus, and he, the little brown dog, had no stockings. He sniffed, and then he sniffed again, and then he barked at the moon, and it shone and shone and shone in its silvery way, and then it blinked sadly to the stars and said, "He has no stockings to hang. Too bad, too bad. He has no stockings to hang. How sad, how sad." And the stars told the church steeples, and the church steeples rang out, "No stockings, no stockings, no stockings." And the houses creaked dully into the frost and said to the little dog, the nice little dog, the nice little brown dog, "You've no stockings to hang in this Christmas Eve, but you must find some right away. Hurry, little dog, hurry. Santa's already on his way." And the little dog ran and ran and ran, and then he ran. "I will go to the stars," he said, "and I will get some stockings." The streets were brimming with shoppers now, here, there, now, there. Laughing voices and voices, loud voices, soft voices, all called the message, "Merry Christmas!" And the little dog, who had no name, hopped along on the curbstone. There was no room. Sorry, I lost my place here. There was no room on the pavement. Once a bit of holly fell from a soft brown muff, and the little dog picked it up with his strong white teeth and held on and ran. That was his way of saying Merry Christmas. Then he saw a stocking shop. The red and green lights flashed, "Stocking, stocking." Now Santa Claus would come to him. He went into the store. How busy it was and how little he was. But he put his 2 brown feet up against the counter, and he gave 2 of his most polite little barks, "Bow wow," which said, "Stockings, please." And everybody laughed and said, "Oh, see the little dog, the nice little dog, the nice little brown dog." And they opened the door and gently pushed him out into the night. And then the holly fell and his hopes fell. "Merry Christmas," he cried. "How can I have a Merry Christmas with no stockings to hang?" And with his 4 feet on the ground and his tail sagging sadly between his legs, he made his way out to the crowd. No one seemed to understand, and he barked at the moon, and the moon told the stars, and the stars told the church steeples, and the church steeples told the houses with their gay smoking chimneys, and the houses said, "Try again, little dog, it's still Christmas Eve." And he ran and he ran and then he ran and then he ran, and by he found himself in the backyard with many ladders and many boxes and many cats and the clothesline. He didn't care for the ladders, he didn't care for the boxes or even the cats, for on the clothesline was a pair of stockings. The moon blinked excitedly and the stars twinkled, and the church steeples called to the houses, "He's found some stockings." And they all said together, "Jump, little dog, jump, jump." And the little dog jumped, but he couldn't reach the stockings. But every time he jumped, he got a little nearer, until at last he had the toe of one between those sharp little white teeth. And just then an angry voice called out to him to "Go away, go away." "But I must have them," barked the little dog. "It's Christmas Eve and I've no stockings to hang." But the angry voice continued, "Go away, I say, go away, my good stockings, the idea." And the little brown dog went. The nice little dog, the nice little brown dog went out in the yard, and still with no stockings, he went down the street. The evening was wearing away, a darkness crossed the moon, and the little dog looked up. He could see the shadow of Santa's sleigh and Santa's reindeer and of Santa himself. And then he cried, "Ah, the poor little dog, the nice little dog, the nice little brown dog. It's too late now," he said, "too late. Bow wow, wow, wow." But the tall pine tree on the edge of the parkway would not put up with such nonsense. "Shame on you, little dog, shame. There are still 4 hours to midnight, and Santa Claus has not yet reached the earth." "But I've no stockings to hang," said the little dog. Said the tree. "The town is full of stockings." "Oh, wow, 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 wow. Shame. things, said the tree. But what shall I do? Asked the little dog. Haven't you any friends? Asked the tree. Yes, said the little dog. Who are they? Said the tree. The moon? She has no stockings. The stars? They have no stockings. The church steeples? The houses? The houses? The houses? Yes, said the little dog, not knowing whether to feel happy or not. Well, go to them, stupid, said the tree. Go to the friendliest house in town. Yes, said the little dog, and he ran and he ran and he ran and then he ran. And he stood still. Did you want to see pictures?
I don't want story.
Sit down.
It's a good story.
Then he stood still in front of a little white house with green shutters and window panes. Here was the friendliest house in town. And over the rooftops the trees sang, "Go in." And the little brown dog did. Once on the steps he felt suddenly brave, and with his brown paw he gave 3 little brown taps on the big brown door. A laughing voice rang out, "Somebody is tapping on my wee small door." "More Christmas presents," called another voice. "Lift up the latch and walk in," said another voice. But the little dog couldn't. That's because it was so tiny, I think. So he gave 3 more taps. He waited. The door was thrown wide and a small girl bowed low. "Why, good evening, little dog." "Oh, you nice little dog, you nice little brown dog. Come in." "Who is it, Molly May?" asked someone hiding in a great big chair in front of the fireplace. "It's a little brown dog, Gramp, and he seems to want something." Here were people who understood. So he lifted his front paws off the ground, and on 3 legs he went happily towards the big chair. "Merry Christmas," said Gramp. "Bow wow," answered the little visitor, and he rolled on a great fur rug in the friendliest way and smiled at Gramp and Molly May. Molly May ran to the kitchen and came back with a bowl of rich yellow milk. She thought he was hungry. She didn't understand after all, but he must tell these people somehow. The clock struck 9. "Santa will be here soon, little dog," said Molly May. "Drink up your milk and go to your home. Go to your mummy." But the little dog wouldn't. "He's not hungry," said the old man. "Maybe he's cold," said Molly May. "Are you cold, little dog?" And the little dog said, "No." "I know," said Molly May. "He wants a ribbon for his neck. Is that it, little dog?" And the little dog said, "No." And then he saw just what he wanted. Stockings. Just above the fireplace and just below the mantel clock hung 5 stockings. A big one, a little one, a long one, a short one, and Gramps. And the little dog began to bark, and he barked and he barked and he barked. And then he barked, and Grandpa laughed. He slapped his hand on his knees and said, "He wants a stocking." "Bow wow," said the little dog. "To hang for Santa Claus." "Bow wow," said the little dog. And he rolled on the rug and wagged his tail and wiggled his ears and laughed out loud. And Molly May laughed, and the father laughed, and Gramp got out of the low chair by the fireplace and took his own great big wool stocking from its place on the mantel and put it in front of the little dog. The little dog licked Gramp's hands to say thank you, and he picked up the stocking in his mouth and stood in front of the door. Gramp opened it for him, and out into the moonlight went the little dog with his Christmas stocking. The pine tree bowed and whispered, "Good work, little dog." And the houses told the church steeples, and the church steeples told the stars, and the stars told the moon, and the whole world was brighter than it ever had been before. The last of the Christmas shoppers said, "What a beautiful night." They didn't know that the heavens were shining out their gladness for a nameless little dog who had just got a Christmas stocking. And down the street the little dog ran, and he ran and he ran, and then he ran, and then he ran. And then he stood still, for he was home, and his home was in a piano box on the city wharves. The clock struck the midnight hour. The little dog was just in time. He hung his stocking, and he waited breathlessly for fear something yet might happen. He heard bells, 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 and then a mighty whoa filled the air, and it was Santa Claus. "Well, well, 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 here's a stocking hung in the moonlight," said Santa. "Let's see who lives here." "Oh, yes, the little brown dog. Now I wonder what a little brown dog would like. Perhaps a bone to gnaw?" "Bow wow," whispered the little dog. "And a ball to roll?" "Bow wow," whispered the little dog. "And a barley toy to lick?" "Bow wow," whispered the little dog. "And another bone to gnaw?" "Bow wow," said the happy little dog. And then Santa Claus drove away towards the friendly houses where the children lived, and the little dog, with his paws around his Christmas stocking, fell asleep to dream of happier tomorrows when he would run and run and run, and then he would run. He was just a little dog, a nice little dog, a nice little brown dog who had a lovely little Christmas.
Isn't that sweet, guys? You want to see the picture?
Look at the photos, guys.
Yay, ending.
Oh,
Leon,
stop.
stop it. You're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot
You
less fun.
video guy,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Video guy. Yeah.
Very sweet.
Yeah, he just said, he said, yay, ending.
No, put that down, Chelsea.
Chelsea, just wait a minute. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Grandma.
Say thank you, Liam. Chelsea, say thank you. That was a good.
Chelsea
Liam,
enjoyed
put the tablet.
Yes,
away.
she did.
What's
You
that?
can watch it now.
Leanne and Callie, I read it to Callie 2 nights ago, so I guess that's why she wasn't here.
He wants
Kids are so lucky to get stories. What's that? Yes, he does.
Hey, Pepper. Hey, Pepper.
Okay, fine. If you can turn it on.
You're welcome, darling.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Love you too.
Merry Christmas to all.
Thank you, Rosemary.
And to all of you.
Good night.